Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here today. My name is Morgan Giammarinaro, and I would like to personally welcome you all to the Washington Convention Center. As the lead public diplomacy officer for the United States, I am here to report the next steps to be taken on account of the current situation with the Republic of Zamunda. We are in a critical period of time in American foreign policy, as today we will address the challenges posed by the Republic of Zamunda, a nation that has increasingly aligned itself with anti-Western forces and rhetoric, and how the United States plans to dissolve the situation and bring back the presence of democracy in the Middle East. Zamunda has long demonstrated an unwavering support for regimes and policies that are fundamentally opposed to Western ideals and interests. Since the rise of President Zumara in 2012, we have witnessed a clear deterioration in relations as demonstrated through hostile rhetoric and actions against the United States, particularly those following the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. The United States stands with Israel and will not allow for the destabilization of the region or our allies' right to defend itself from terrorism. The Zamundan leadership's threats against the United States are not believed to be mere deception. We believe they reflect a genuine capacity for military engagement, as made clear by their strong involvements in both the Syrian civil war and other regional conflicts. It is critical that we respond decisively and swiftly to ensure our national security and the stability of the Middle Eastern region. We must work together to not only ensure national security, but the national security of other countries that are also committed to ensuring democracy is spread throughout the world. The U.S. cannot and will not tolerate threats against its sovereignty. President Zumara's statements about a worldwide war signify to us an incredibly troubling shift in ideologies that necessitates a strong response to deter further aggression and maintain stability. Zamunda's growing ties with Iran and its military ambitions, especially regarding Iran's nuclear capabilities and the sharing of those with Zamunda, pose a direct threat not only to the United States, but to our allies in the Middle Eastern region as well, including Israel and Saudi Arabia. As a global leader, we have a responsibility to uphold democratic values and human rights, no matter where. By acting against the aggressive posturing of Zamunda, we can and will reaffirm our commitment to these principles. We've already begun the initiation of direct dialogue with the Republic of Zamunda and President Zumara himself to address tensions and seek immediate de-escalation. This will involve premeditated plans aimed at creating an environment conducive to negotiation. We hope for a possibility to negotiate the terms necessary to mitigate threats and avoid any escalation of the conflict in the region. In conjunction with these diplomatic efforts, we are already prepared to impose targeted sanctions on key officials within the Zamundan government in order to signal U.S. disapproval of aggressive anti-Western rhetoric and ideas. Should these diplomatic efforts fail, we will bolster our military presence in strategic locations, including bases in Saudi Arabia and Turkey, in order to deter any aggressive actions by Zamunda. This presence will reassure our allies of our commitment to regional stability, as well as allow for increased preparedness in case of our anticipated Zamundan aggression. Additionally, we will enhance our military intelligence gathering capabilities in and around Zamunda to provide us with critical information on military movements and intentions. I expect there will be challenging questions regarding our approach. I am here to explain briefly the anticipated effectiveness and rationale behind our strategy. On the effects of diplomacy. While we do recognize that negotiations may be difficult, engaging in crisis diplomacy is essential for clarifying intentions and de-escalating tensions, while also maintaining our democratic roots. Regarding sanctions and military actions, the targeted sanctions will hold key officials, especially President Zumara and his associates, accountable, without punishing nor greatly affecting the general Zamundan population. Our military presence is a precautionary measure aimed at deterring aggression, not an act of war nor direct aggression. We plan to hold back on aggressive military action for as long as possible. Regarding potential backlash, we understand the complexities involved in this situation. Our strategy has been carefully calibrated by our top foreign policy officials and military leaders in order to minimize civilian impact and avoid exacerbating anti-Western and anti-democratic sentiment. The United States is wholeheartedly committed to neutralizing the threat posed by Zamunda through a balanced approach that includes formal crisis diplomacy, targeted sanctions, increased military presence, and enhanced intelligence operations. We will act both swiftly and decisively to protect our national interests, promote regional stability, and keep democracy alive. Thank you all for being here with me today. I'm now ready to take on any questions. Thank you. I am Morgan Giammarinaro.